Okay, this is section 10.4, area of sectors. Our learning goal today is I can find the area of a sector using its arc measure and radius. So just a little bit of review from yesterday. So if you weren't gone, this is a good little review for you. So number one is area and circumference. So we're going to find the area. So our area formula is pi r squared. And our r is this 29 centimeters. So pi times 29 squared. So I got 2,642.07, so I'm going to say 0.1. And that's centimeters squared. And then circumference is 2 pi r, so 2 pi times our r, which is 29, which is 182.2 centimeters. Okay, number two, find the length of arc PQS. So we are finding the length. So PQS, if we follow the letters, so from P to Q to S, I'm looking for this length of our circle. So essentially we're going to do our circumference formula times this fraction of our circle. So the formula is x times 2 pi r over 360, or we could say x times pi r over 180 if we reduce the 2 and the 360. So this is the formula version I'm going to use. So we need to calculate, well, first we need to find x, then we can find r, then we can calculate the length of that arc. So r, well, that's this number right here, this 13, because there is not a little degree on there. So that's how we know that this is the length. And then for our x, well, if we look, we have this chunk, which is 180, plus the 72. So 180 plus 72 is going to be 252. That's going to be the x. And then r was the 13. So now we have everything we need to calculate that length. So 252 times pi times 13, all divided by 180. So I typed in my calculator and I got 57.17, or if we round up, 57.2. And then there was no unit on this one, but if we had a unit, we'd put it at the end. Number three, find the diameter of a circle with an area of 153.94 feet squared. So when we're working with this equation, our area is pi r squared. So in this problem, it gave us the a, so we're going to plug that in and solve for r. So first step is we need to divide this pi out before we can square root. So divide both sides by pi. I got 49.0 equal to r squared. Take the square root, which we should know that is 7. So our radius is 7, but we need diameter. So we have to multiply that by 2. 7 times 2 is 14. So our diameter is 14 feet. Number 4, find the area of a circle with a circumference of 28.27 yards. The circumference formula is 2 pi r. So we're going to use that. So right here, circumference, 28.27 equals 2 pi r. So on this one, I'm going to take it in 2 steps. The first step I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by 2. So I got 14.135 equal to pi r. Then I'm going to divide by pi. So I got 4.49. So I'm going to round that up. 4.5 is r. Now we're going to plug into area. So the area formula is pi r squared. So A is going to be pi 4.5 squared. So I got 63.61, so 63.6. And then our unit, yards squared. Okay, moving on to our new content. So this goes back to our lesson goal. Area of a sector. So a sector is a portion of a circle bounded by a central angle and its intercepted arc. So here's my central angle, here's my arc, so this would be a sector. Think of it like a slice of pizza or a slice of pie. An area of a sector is a slice of the entire area. So when we're looking at this equation, this is how you find our area of a sector. So basically it's the area formula right here. That's the area. And then this is like, tells us our little slice that we're taking. So it's the fraction of the entire circle that we want. So when we're solving, we need to find two things. We need to find x and we need to find r before we can calculate. So number one, well, it says BC is 16 feet. So right away, given to us is r. And then next we need to find Rx. Well, if we look, the shaded portion is the part we're finding. So the 51 degrees is our x. So 51 times pi times 16 squared, all divided by 360. Which when we calculate that, we get 113.9, and then our unit, so feet squared, because we're talking about area. Number two, we have PQ equals 22 centimeters, so that's our R. And then our X, well, that's given to us, that's the shaded part right here, so 139. So now we'll plug it right into that formula. 139 times pi times 22 squared, all divided by 360. So for our area of this shaded region, we get 587.1 centimeters squared. Number three, we have YZ equals 9 inches. So that's our radius. Now for the shaded part, our X, well, we have the unshaded angle given to us, so 42. So we have to subtract. So 360 minus 42 gives us the X being 318. So now we have everything we need. So this part is 318. So 318 times pi times 9 squared, all divided by 360. If we type that in our calculator, we get 224.8 inches squared. Okay, number four, ST is 32.5 feet, so that is our radius. And then we want the shaded part, so it tells us this little arrow is pointing in, giving us the shaded, so that is our X. So 29 times pi times 32.5 squared, all divided by 360, which means our area, when we put that in our calculator, we get 267.3 feet squared. Okay. Last two, find the total area of the shaded regions, round answers to the nearest tenth. So these last two are almost the exact same as above, except now when we're talking about our X, we have to include the degree of all the shaded region. So we want this part and this part. So we get to go back to unit number one and remember those properties. So right here we have vertical angles, which means this degree over here is also 46. So when I'm talking about my X, it's going to be 46 plus 46, which is 92 degrees. And then it says right here, HG is 7, so that is our radius. So when I calculate, I'm going to be doing 92 times pi times 7 squared divided by 360. And that's going to get me my total shaded region to be 39.3 centimeters squared. Okay, number 6, JM is 10. That JM is the entire thing. So actually it gave us our diameter this time. So for our radius, we need to do 10 divided by 2, which is 5. Now for our X, we want the shaded region. Well, right here we have a semicircle. So this is 180 plus that 58. So X is 180 plus the 58, which is 238 degrees. So then for our calculating the sector area, that shaded region, we're going to do 238 times pi times 5 squared divided by 360. So I end up getting 51.9 millimeters squared as that shaded region area. Okay, and that is the end of our sector area notes.